Reading books used to be super popular. This was the way to transfer knowledge and wisdom. But then social media messed up our attention span. Because of social media, not that many people are reading good books anymore that have been around for tens of thousands of years that transfer amazing knowledge and wisdom. But instead, we scroll through social media. We don't know which information is right and what is wrong. We are missing the point here of great knowledge. So over the last 10 years, I've read over 200 self-help books. I have to say that many of the self-help books in that category sort of have the same messages. So I'm going to share 5 lessons from 5 different best-selling books from authors that I really respect. And these lessons have made a big impact in my life and in my business, and I'm sure they will transform your life. First author is Jordan Peterson from Canada. He's a best-selling author, professor, speaker, and he got very famous after 2018 with controversial views. He's also a very talented writer. He recently wrote a new book, but this is the book that I want to share a lesson from, 12 Rules for Life, an Antidote to Chaos. The biggest takeaway of this book for me was this: compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who someone else is today. I think we all go through this phase of comparison, and especially now with social media, we keep scrolling through our phones, through Instagram, and we see all these people living perfect lives, portraying this ideal picture. We see very beautiful people, right? We start comparing our journey to their journey, right? I'm very guilty of this as well. And I can tell you guys that you never know like what someone else is going through, even though they may portray this perfect life. So you should always compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Try to get 1% better every day. And I can tell you guys that those daily wins slowly will stack up and change your entire life. And that's been in my journey as well. When it came to fitness, if I'm going to compare, my calves to someone who is blessed with genetic amazing calves, I'm not going to be very happy, and I'm never really going to get there, right? I keep trying. I'm just not going to get there. In business, I can compare myself to Elon Musk, right? But the man is literally like a freaking genius, right? No matter how hard I would want to build those kind of businesses that Elon Musk has, now you can say you gotta dream bigger, but no, I just don't, it's not realistic. I wasn't born like that. So don't compare your journey to someone else's journey. Focus on your own. That's when you'll be satisfied on the inside and you'll see amazing progress in your life. Second lesson is from a book called Psyco-Cybernetics, written in 1960 by Maxwell Maltz. He wrote this book when he was 61 years old. Very epic story, because before he wrote the book, he used to be a plastic surgeon. So he was working with people's self-image, right? To try and better that self-image, but realized that it didn't always necessarily work by changing their outer appearance, right? And that self-image comes from something deep within. And so he is one of the early people that talked about visualization. He would call it the servo mechanism. And the lesson I learned from this book is that our body works just like a machine. If you set a goal, it is both your conscious mind and your subconscious mind working together, right? So you set a goal with your conscious mind, but then your subconscious mind will help you find a way to get there, right? And this is the same thing with visualization. You visualize a certain outcome, and then your subconscious will help you get there over time. I've used this practice. I've talked about it a lot in my videos, and this was one of the early, founders of that principle. So I freaking love this book. And a great quote from the book: when you see a thing clearly in your mind, your creative success mechanism within you takes over and does the job much better than you could do it by conscious effort or willpower. Next lesson is from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Many people call this the self-help Bible. It's in the top 10 list of best-selling self-help books of all time for a reason. It was written in 1937, and in this book, Napoleon Hill interviewed hundreds of the most successful people at that time, under which Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Theodore Roosevelt, many more. There are so many names in here. And he was looking at, what do these people have in common that are more successful than the average, that have this lifestyle that is so difficult to get? What is different about the way they approach things? What is different about their mindset? What is different about, the way they speak, the way they act? And he put it all in this book, and it's really amazing. The biggest takeaway that I got is that knowledge is not power, power is power. And what that means is that if you just absorb a lot of knowledge, if you just go to, watch a lot of YouTube videos on self-help, on becoming better, you listen to all these podcasts, you go to all these seminars, but you never take action, because you think that you need to learn even more before you can take action, then you're never going to succeed. So what this book really taught me was that when I was in university at 19 years old, I was studying, doing a study I didn't like. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to become an entrepreneur, but I was afraid. The thing that I was actually most afraid of was the opinions of others. What would they think if I started my YouTube channel and my videos are not good enough, or I don't have enough knowledge? And that's probably the same with you when you want to start something new. And that's why you think you need more knowledge, but in reality, you are going to have to go through that phase where people judge you because you do something new. It's part of the game. Because of this quote, opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. You, my friend, can decide not to accept those opinions and go after what you want. Now, I know it's very difficult to start something new in your life, right? So that's why I'm hosting a free webinar. It is gonna be 30 days to peak performance. I'm gonna share my entire step-by-step system to help you set goals, form success habits, and build more confidence. It's gonna be on multiple dates. Next one will be in a couple days, so make sure to check it out in the link down below. Next book is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Very small book, would definitely recommend reading the entire thing. There are 4 lessons in here, but the biggest one for me that changed my life was don't take anything personally. Nothing that other people do is because of you, it is because of themselves. Very often we let things that other people say reflect on us, right? And we take it super personal. When everyone has their own worldview, everyone thinks differently about the world. Your reality is different than my reality, right? Your thoughts are different, the beliefs are different. And so people will project those onto you. And it is up to you. You have the control to accept that, right? Or to realize that this is coming from a certain place. There is a reason why you're saying these things to me, and I'm not going to take it personal. So when someone offends you, you can think in that way. Like, why would they offend me? There may be a reason why. They have something in their lives going on that they're projecting onto you. If I were back in the day when I tried to get in shape, a lot of people were, laughing at me or making jokes when I brought my prep meals, to school or to places. People that were not fit, right? That didn't have a good body, they would then start to project that onto me and start to try and hate on me, right? And so those things will always happen. It's up to you whether you let that affect you or not. The 5th lesson I got from the 4-Hour Workweek, written by Tim Ferriss. He's the host of the Tim Ferriss Show, best-selling author, amazing book. I'm sure a lot of you already read it. I read this about 2 years into my journey as an entrepreneur. Things were finally taking off. I was making good money. I was traveling the world and doing all these things, but I was also working a lot. And this opened my eyes in a lot of different ways. Now, the biggest lesson for me was that freedom is more than money, and it's probably easier than you think. It is possible to have financial freedom and still be stuck in the rat race. And so I think it's very important, and that's the lesson I learned from this book, is to look at your life, make real calculations. Like, hey, how much money do I actually need in order to live a good life? How much money do I need to travel? How can I save money, right? How can I automate things in my business and hire people and build better systems into my business so I don't have to do all these things and I can save time. So the whole idea is that you don't have to be rich in order to live like someone who is rich. What it really is about freedom, about making choices, doing what you want, whenever you want, with who you want, where you want. And so it goes into 4 steps, deal. The first one, D, is for definition. Define what you want in your life, right? The E is for elimination. Eliminate what doesn't serve that mission of yours. The A stands for automation. So automate as much as possible in your business so that you don't have to do the work. And then the L stands for liberation, and that's the final step. Escape the 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich, as he likes to say it. Now, out of these 5 books, my favorite has to be Think and Grow Rich. I've read it at least 5 times over the last 8 years. Timeless book. I'm wondering, what is your favorite book? Comment it down below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.
Looking back again, I can get it, I can make it, yeah, I know it, and I'm never looking back again.